Multiple Silent Hill projects are currently in development right now. Let's talk about that. So it looks like a couple images were released last week, proving that there might be another Silent Hill game underway. As first mentioned by influencer Nate the Hate and journalist Jeff Grubb, one of the in-development titles could be a remake of fan favorite 2001 installment of Silent Hill 2. The Medium studio has been linked to the Silent Hill franchise constantly over the past 18 months. Last year, the Polish developer announced a strategic cooperation agreement with Konami, months after Bloober's CEO claimed it was working on an existing horror IP from a very famous gaming publisher. Silent Hill's composer Akira Yakoma even worked on Bloober's 2021 title The Medium and teased his next game project by stating that it was one you've been hoping to hear about. Bloober team did not immediately respond to the request for comment. Jeff Grubb also tweeted out saying, "This is stuff I've heard and it comes from multiple different sources. Not all of my sources are primary, but everything is mostly lining up. To me, the biggest indicator is the stuff I've seen lines up with Konami doing a big reveal at E3 last year before it pulled out." It looks like it was a reply to Nate the Hate 2, who stated, "Bloober team working on Silent Hill 2 remake, reworked puzzles, new endings, timed PlayStation console exclusive. Multiple Silent Hill projects are in development, including new mainline entry and side stories. Not confirmed, just sharing what I've heard." But as VGC and insiders have reported previously, we understand Konami has been actively talking to several developers about reviving the Silent Hill IP across multiple games. One of those projects is intended to be a smaller, episodic series of short stories, we were told. Sources have previously indicated that Until Dawn Studio Supermassive had once been involved in talks for such a project, which eventually evolved to its Dark Pictures games. Now, when I'm hearing short stories and series like that, I'm automatically thinking of like American Horror Stories. You know, you had like 8 seasons of American Horror Story, and then they came out with a spin-off show called American Stories. The first 2 episodes were basically the same story, but after that, like every single episode was a different story. So I'm guessing my money is bet on the Silent Hills game trailer, and that's where the S comes from at the end of Silent Hills. So I'm betting this is what it's going to be. Silent Hills is going to be a game where it's about multiple stories taking place in one event or different timelines. The acclaimed publisher behind games such as Sayonara, Wild Hearts, Outer Wilds, and Telling Lies, which they said could be involved in the stories project. However, they said many studios have been involved in pitches for Silent Hill, and it's possible Anna Peruna was simply involved in one of those discussions rather than the project was eventually greenlit. Finally, VGC has been told that Konami is planning to release a new mainline entry for the Silent Hill games. It's not clear who is leading the game, but VGC reported last year that a Japanese studio was working on a Silent Hill project. The images leaked last week are understood to be related to a PT-style teaser trailer codenamed Sakura, which is intended to be released as a free digital title to build anticipation for the larger projects. When the pictures were released last week, we got this new sort of looking creature. You got this picture with all the sticky notes and all that jazz all over the walls, but you got this weird looking thing in the background there. And a lot of people said that maybe this was a paper monster, or my suspicion is that it's a cherry blossom monster. My only reason I suspect this is because the creator of Pyramid Head tweeted this saying, "I love my character Pyramid Head, but really don't want to use him anymore. However, it will be too difficult to make new Silent Hill without him. So if I were to make a horror title, it would be not Silent Hill, and I would try to use cherry blossom trees as one of the horror materials." Now, that tweet is a little suspicious. Maybe not suspicious, but it is suspicious when I see the picture of whatever that new creature is, and then this tweet, seeing that tweet. So I'm wondering, and he did say if you were going to use that character, it wouldn't be in Silent Hill. So maybe this is in the Silent Hill universe, but it's not taking place in Silent Hill. Another idea I have is with the other picture of that girl with the bad thoughts going through her head, and one of it said Minger. Now, I didn't know what that was, but my fiance pointed out to me that has like British slang, like a British slur word that was used. So maybe this new game could take place in Britain. I'm not too sure. Maybe she's just of British descent, and this is all just big coincidence. But those are just what I have read so far. And that's basically it. So first we got a Silent Hill 2 remake that we're predicting that's going to come along. Then we got Silent Hills, the anthology. And then finally a new mainline game that may or may not be Silent Hill, but definitely includes a cherry blossom monster or paper monster or whatever the hell that thing was. So that wraps up this video. Basically 3 new games, 3 Silent Hills. We're going to get what we want. And I'm excited. Are you excited? Comment below and tell me if you're excited. Anyways, if you love this video, if you enjoyed it, go ahead and subscribe, like it, really helps me out. And just know, I love you guys. Have a good one. Stay fresh.